Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm. Possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more. Or it... Splendid! Very good. That's it. Happens to the best of us. Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Watch this.
Splendid!
Here we go. Yes!
Brilliant. Be sharp. There we go. Here.
A perfect score! Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this. That is how it's done. I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Don't lose your composure.
Here we go.
Phew.
Here.
Excellent control there.
Be sharp. outside, Natsai. Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind. Here. Ouch! Well played.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like...
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing.
A
to be
word,
precise,
if you would.
Sebastian. You know it won't work.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Revelio.
Whilst I'm impressed by your wand work, I would suggest you set your aim a bit further from your professor.
Revelio.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you? Lumos.
Revelio.
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of
How nice you are, my young friend.
The minister for magic was Albert Luke.
Son, I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm
lies.
not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Fight, it's a bold attack.
Revelio.
And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boot and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
Revelio. Accio. Lumos. Ha. Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included. Revelio. I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Leviosa.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Good form.
I know.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. You're good.
How perceptive.
Class, I hope you were paying attention. That is how you pass Levioso.
Be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
You drilled Sebastian. He's won competition. Well done.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something.
It was certainly good.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again,
I've dueled enough.
huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned...
Exclusive and unsanctioned.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret, you just have to...
Thank you, Sebastian.
Good. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. Till next time.
Revelio.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
What are you up to now? Revelio. Revelio.
Whee! Oh, not again! Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as for only one time per week, I can plunge into its lavatory, not for the meek.
Please, Peeves, you'll make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges,
Revelio.
handsome ye, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. Oh, my dear. To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have one weekly swim! Whee!
I'll get you for this.
Oh.
Make your point!
Revelio.
You cannot do this for all eternity!
Revelio.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Revelio. Accio. Levioso. Revelio. Off on another adventure, are we? Levioso. Accio. Lumos. Revelio.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I seem to have a knack for dueling.
Then you've come to the...
How does crossed ones work?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still... It's our way of determining... And to liven...
Of course.
I agree. Besides, in your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. So...
Get me in the ring.
We'll make you regret signing up.
There goes my wager.
Lumos.
That looks painful. Care to try another round?
Yes, don't count me out yet.
You're better than that! Levioso! Confringo! Come on!
I'm the one!
Tego! Levioso!
That looks painful.
Yes, don't...
That looks painful. Care to try another round?
Yes, don't.
Also,
Stupefy! Levioso! Fringo! Lindo! Levioso!
give them what for?
Stupefy! Levioso! And Fringo! Is that all you got?
That looks painful.
Yes, don't.
Mind the one! Expulso! Expulso! Expulso!
That looks painful. Care to try another round?
Yes, don't count me out yet.
Brilliant!
Fringo! There goes my wager. Fringo!
Expulso!
Fringo!
Give them what for?
Levioso! That's all you've got? Sendo! Levioso!
That looks painful. Care to try another round?
Yes, don't.
Brilliant!
Expulso!
Come on! Levioso! Sendo! Levioso! You're better than that!
Expulso!
Levioso! Jingo!
That looks painful. Care to try another round?
Yes, don't count me out yet.
Brilliant!
Expulso!
Levioso! Levioso!
Act like a winner!
Levioso! Pity more people can't watch the duels.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be...
Brilliant.
I shall. Again, congratulations on your first... Hope to see you back here again.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
It's about time Hogwarts put someone like Black in charge. Perhaps now we can stop all these disgusting mudbloods from ruining the school. If only Black had the power to choose the other professors too, then we could get rid of Muggleborns like garlic. If it's seeds I'm after, I'll always go to the Magic Neep. I've upset Madam Green one too many times now.
Whoa!
I'd spend the entire day in Hogsmeade if I could. My parents were thrilled to hear that Black was being put in charge. Our families have been friends for centuries.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft.
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when I shall explain more about them when you...
I've never heard of a spell... There's an Ollivander's in Hogs...
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craft. I would trust no...
I'm eager to get...
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spent...
I'd like to go with Nat.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai, she'll keep you well...
Rookwood?
Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, no time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner...
Revelio. Revelio.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object
It seems as if that might...
more frequently. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells out. A number of your professors have agreed to do so. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then
Why must I first complete tasks?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away. This is the right area. Got it.
Leviosa. Revelio.
Flying page must be around here somewhere.
If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Are you all right?
Don't...
I'm sorry the other students...
That's kind of you. I wanted to make my gobstone collection. Are you familiar with gobstones?
I haven't much in...
Only if you lose. People can be so cruel. Imelda is one of them. And now those poor losers have taken...
Oh, rather an...
I'll say. Anyway, I don't think I know the necessary spells yet.
Do you have any...
If I knew that, I'd get... Whoever hid my
Haven't you any
Not really.
I'll see what I...
I'll be back to...
Accio! Brilliant! I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
I completed the assignment.
Marvelous. Let us give the... Remember to be deliberate in your...
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. Whilst I'm impressed by your wand work, I would suggest you set your aim a bit further from your professor.
Reparo.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Reparo. Revelio.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
I enjoy divination, but when is Professor and I going to tell us more about Africa?
Reparo.
Fancy to last me a lifetime. I might hear about
Accio.